Welcome back to RR Corporates. Now we are discussing on common mistakes while dealing with cash transactions. What are the risky cash transactions? I'll explain in detail with the legal provisions. Disallowance of cash payments under section 40A subsection 3. Under this provision, any cash payment exceeding 10,000 in a single day to a single person is disallowed as a business expense. So under section 40A, any cash payment exceeding rupees 10,000 in a single day to single person is disallowed as a business expense. That means even if it is a genuine expense, it is paid in cash over 10,000 per person per day. You lose the tax deduction. But there is an exception for the transport sector. If the payment is made for hiring or for leasing goods, carriages, the limit relaxed to 35,000. This limit relaxed to 35,000. So this is an exception for the transport sector up to 35,000. An important note, if you are a commission agent, and you are paying for goods received on a commission basis, this section may not apply. But if you are purchasing on your own account, then it does. It applies. This is relaxation for commission agent. And we'll talk on Rule 6DD. Rule 6DD exemptions. Payment to RBI, payment to LIC, payment to cooperative banks, payment to land mortgage banks, and government in legal tender. These are all exemptions. And farmer for animal or agriculture produce, low paid employees up to 50,000 terminal payments, salary in remote areas if posted for 15 plus days, purchases from cottage industries or agents, payments by letter of credit, bill of exchange, book adjustments. These exceptions exist because of practical difficulties in rural areas or specified transactions. So these exceptions exist because of the practical difficulties in rural areas or specific transactions. Rule 6DD exemptions. And accepting loans, accepting deposits. Now let's talk about section 269 SS. A very strict provision. You cannot accept any loan, deposit, or any specified sum of rupees 20,000 or more in cash. Then violation, and it is penalty equal to the amount of accepted under section 271D. For example, if someone gives you 50,000 in cash loan, then you will be fined 50,000. Equal amount is the penalty. This is for accepting loans, accepting deposits. There is an exception. If both lender and borrower have only agriculture income and no taxable income, then 269 SS won't apply. This is not apply for agriculture income. If the lender and borrower have only agriculture income, then this won't apply. Special limit for primary agriculture credit societies and rural development banks, the cash limit goes up to 2 lakh. Cash limit goes up to 2 lakh. Avoid cash loans between relatives. Avoid cash loans between relatives and large cash gifts. Avoid large cash gifts. Avoid repayment or acceptance of cash advances in property deals. Now, comes to section 269 ST. This deals with the cash received, not just loans or expenses. Cash received, but not loans or not expense. You cannot receive 2 lakh or more in cash from the single person in one day, in respect of single transaction, in respect of transaction related to one event or one occasion, equal to, suppose, if received more than the limit, then the penalty under section 271 DA equal to the amount received. That is the penalty for violation. For example, if you sell a product for 2.5 lakh and receipt in cash, your penalty may be 2.5 lakh. 2.5 lakh received in cash, 2.5 lakh is the penalty. Common mistakes which you can avoid. See, some people, what they do, 2.5 lakh payment, they will do 50,000 in 5 days transaction. No. This breaking a 2.5 lakh payment into 50K installments over 5 days, this will not save you, because if payment is part of the single transaction or single occasion, so this also leads to penalty. Electronic payment mandate. This applies to business whose set turnover exceeding 50 crore in a financial year. Then mandatory provision. You must provide facilities for digital payments like RuPay debit card, Beam UPI or QR code. So if you fail, these are the examples of digital payments I told. So if you fail, there is a penalty 5,000 rupees per day under section 271 DB. B2B business are exempt if 95% of their transactions are through non-cash modes. If 95% of these transactions are through non-cash mode, if B2B business, there is an exempt. Section 271 DB exemption. Then mode of payment. So just like you can't accept a loan in a cash, you also cannot repay loan in cash above 20,000. So covered under section 269T, and violation attracts penalty equal to the amount repaid under section 271E. So you can't accept loan in cash, also cannot repay loan in cash above 20,000. Section 271E, 269T, if unpaid loan balance exceeds 20,000, these are transactions do not pay in cash. Unpaid loan is there if it is exceed 20K, or individual payment exceed 20K. If aggregate repayment crosses 20,000 on a day, applies to both loans and deposits and advances for property transactions, even if the deal is cancelled. So do not take a risk. So the exemption is there if repayment to RBI or government or banks or notified institutions, etc. For them, it is an exemption. Now, in aggregate, I'll conclude. Section 40A3. So cash expense above 10,000, the penalty is disallowed. Deductions disallowed. Accepting a loan or deposit above 20,000 K in cash equal to amount accepted is the penalty. If you receive 2 lakh above in cash, equal amount received is the penalty. If repayment of loan above 20K in cash, equal amount repaid is a penalty. So if there is no digital facility, if the turnover above 50 crores, 5,000 per day is the penalty. So my tips is always use banking channels, avoid breaking transactions to bypass cash limits, maintain proper documentation, train your accounts team. For big transactions, seek professional advice. We have 2 channels, RR Corporates and RR Legal Talks. Please do subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you will not miss any of the transaction and latest updates. Thank you.